everyone, my name is Adriana and I'll be speaking to the importance of a development plan and what steps make up these types of plans. This is part 2 of our 3-part training on development, training, and careers. So the materials that you will need for this part of the training are the Employee Training and Development Textbook, specifically Chapter 9, pages 388 through 391. Please refer to the tables 9.1 and 9.2 throughout this training. You may also want to grab a pencil and paper to take notes. That way you may refer to it later when we have a review activity. And on your own time, I do recommend you fill out a career development plan for yourself, which can be found on page 391 of Chapter 9 in the textbook. So why are we here? Course objectives. So after this training, you will be able to identify why career development planning is important, what each step in the development planning process is, and you'll be able to define each step, and at the end, we will review together. So what is development planning, and why is it important? So development planning helps retain and motivate employees. It helps identify employees' goals and skills that are needed to achieve those goals. Everybody has aspirations and things they want to achieve in life. Mapping those specific goals helps employees effectively and efficiently reach those career goals. Using a career development plan can help shape your employees' future and the direction of their careers. So what are the next steps in creating an effective career development plan? Well, we will go further into it a little bit later, but for now, they are self-assessment, reality check, goal setting, and action planning. So the first step to our career development planning process is self-assessment. In this self-assessment phase, employees determine their career interests, values, aptitudes, and behavioral tendencies. So this can be done numerous ways, but it generally consists of taking a psychological test such as Myers-Briggs or the Strong-Campbell Interest Inventory test. During this stage, we can determine a development need, such as the gap between an employee's current skill and the skills needed to obtain the employee's ideal career. So what are the responsibilities of the employee and the manager for this step? Well, the employee should identify their own opportunities and areas of growth, while the manager should provide information to the employee to help identify their strengths, weaknesses, interests, and values. The second step is reality check. This can consist of two things. One being a performance appraisal, which is when the employee receives an evaluation of their skills, knowledge, and where they fit into the company's plans for promotions. The second one being a development discussion. So this is a discussion that focuses on an employee's skill set and how to develop them. The manager and the employee should identify and agree on a realistic short-term and long-term goal that are achievable. During this phase, the employee has a responsibility to identify which of their opportunities are realistic to develop, and to help the employee in this phase, the manager should provide performance evaluations and show the employee where they fit into the long-term goals of the company. The third step, goal setting. So this phase sounds exactly how it's named. Goal setting is the process where an employee develops short-term and long-term goals and/or development objectives. These goals should relate to the desired position of the employee, such as being promoted to a supervisor, the level of skill application such as soft skills, work setting, which can be defined as working in an office or a hotel, or skill acquisition. These plans include descriptions of strengths, weaknesses, career goals, and development activities to help reach the employee's career goal. The responsibility of the employee during this step is to identify a goal and how to determine the progress of that goal. And the manager should ensure the employee's goal is SMART, specific, measurable, relevant, and timely, and offer ideas on how to reach the employee's identified goal. The last step in the development planning process is action plan. This is the part where the employee completes an action plan, which is a written strategy that is used to determine how the employee will achieve their short-term and long-term career goals. Action planning may involve any of the following development approaches: attending a seminar, taking an additional skill assessment, new job experiences, and finding a mentor. So during the final process of the development plan, the employee should identify the steps in the timeline to reach their career goal, while the manager should provide resources to the employee to reach that goal. On our next slide, let's take a look at an example of a development plan. So I do recommend that you fill out a career development plan for yourself, as well as take a Myers-Briggs test. The one that I've listed here is free, and you may want to read more about the Strong Interest Inventory test. I will post these links in the description of the video. I have personally taken the Myers-Briggs test, and according to it, I'm a campaigner. After reading further into my personality assessment, it has helped me develop myself personally and professionally. So I highly recommend it. So let's review. On this slide, we're going to review the steps and match them to the appropriate descriptions on the right-hand side. Let's start with step 1, self-assessment. Which of the following squares on the right describes the self-assessment step? If you said the third box, that is correct. So this step generally consists of the employee taking a psychological test and determining their career interest and current skills. Great job. So let's move on to step 2, reality check. Which square describes reality check? If you said first square, great job. So this step entails having a discussion about the employee's skill set and identifying realistic development goals. Let's move on to the third step, goal setting. Which square describes this step? If you said the fourth square, you are correct. So this is the development of short-term and long-term goals and how to measure the progress. And lastly, action planning, so which is the last square. A written strategy used to determine how the employee will achieve their short-term or long-term career goals. Fantastic job, everyone. Thank you for participating in my training. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Have a nice day.